Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Dyson Sphere program. Alright, so last episode we left off with the power generation over here. I've left it for about half an hour, not very long at all. We've already got one lot of storage under here, and then we got the top one already full of this. I completely forgot that once the research was stopped queuing, that it would stop producing cubes. So what I've done is I've just basically done a little line out of here into here, and then whatever, like we'll stack up a whole load of cubes, and then obviously the research will then continue to go. We haven't got any more of these, but I'm gonna get 2 more because we have the resources. We're stacking up resources at a rate of knots in there and also in there, and we've got some obviously in there as well, which is our cog production, so that's fine. But what I want to try and do is actually increase this just a little bit. So we can put a 3rd tier on there, and we'll put a 3rd tier on here so that we can actually do the research a lot quicker as well once we decide what we actually want. Now, going back over to the upgrades, we do want this upgrade, so we need 60 of these. Now, we're going to need these at some point anyway, so we may as well rebuild. So what I generally tend to do is just start a new line. So that is producing all of that crap that side. We're now going to produce it this side. So what do we need to produce to make these components? So we need a setup to do this, we also need a setup to do this, and we also need a setup to do that. So we need this one here can only be done in assembler. That one we need there, so we need 2 of those to produce that line there. Then this one we need to produce that, so we need another, so that's 3 smelters. Then we need obviously one of those, which is 4 smelters, and then 2 assemblers. So if we have a look at what we got 2 smelters, we need another, I'm going to get all 4 of those. We've got enough assemblers anyway, so let's go and put down our first one. So we're obviously going to miss the power pole, and we're going to put that one down there, that one there, and that one there, and that one there. Okay, so this one here is going to be producing our basics. This one here is going to be producing the other basic, which is off of this one, so we needed another one of those. Is that correct? We needed another one of those. We needed, so to produce this we needed that, which means we need that. So we need an assembler coming off of this one. This one here then needs to produce those, and that needs to produce that. So that needs to produce that. So this one here needs to produce those, and this one here needs to produce those. So now if we hook these up, that one requires iron. So we've got the faster sorters. We're gonna stay with the basics for the moment because they're more than adequate. So that's those ones in there. This one will obviously be going into there because that will be producing the cogs or the gears. Though that thing we're going to leave for the moment. The gears are being produced. We need another power pole. I'm going to put the power pole here because, well, it covers a greater area. Right, so that one goes into there. So we now need to produce these, which means we need another one down here. So we're going to switch it over so that it's there. So now we can feed into here, and we can feed into there. So that will then produce these, or they should do. And as soon as it gets, oh, right, I've hooked it up to the wrong line, so I need to increase that line. So we'll need to move that line down there, and we need to get those. And as soon as that one's created, we'll be able to put that in there. There we go. Right, so that should now be producing these. There we go. And then this should now be producing those. We need one more of them, and it will turn it into that. Perfect. So now we've got those 2 items. Let's have a look at that. We actually need 3 items. So we've got the one here, the one here, and the one here. So now if we go and grab one of these, we're going to stick this right in the middle, and we're going to go, right, you go into here. We've run out of basic sorters. I'm not going to make any more for the moment. We're going to run this down the center and into here, and we're going to run you across and into here, and then we are going to get some sorters. Actually, I will make some basic ones because we've got some Why are you not? Alright, I hooked you up to that as well, so we need to switch you up. And you go from there to there. So we switched you up. We should be able to steal some stuff from over here. Or we could just go back to over here and we can actually grab, you know, what we're supposed to be grabbing. Right, so that, yeah, because there's a couple of, there we go, a couple of stacks of that. This one here is obviously now going to be making this, and then we just need these sorters. So let's just get a few of those so that we can hook those up. Right, all of those are hooked up. This one needs to be hooked to the belt needs to be hooked to here, this belt needs to be hooked to there, and that needs to be hooked to the belt there. This should then now start. Oh yeah, that one's there, so that one should be... Why are you not? Because again, I hooked it up to the bloody copper. What the hell? Right, there we go, so that should be good. So you should all be now good. You should now be producing stuff, you should now be producing stuff. You should now be accepting and then producing stuff. Perfect. Alright, cool. So if we whack in one of these here, and then what we'll do is we will hook up a sorter and shove you in there. Perfect. Now you should be getting stuff. Excellent. Alright, so if we go back to over here, we've done that research. We need this one, and then we're going to need this one at some point. We'll do that quite quickly. We do need this because that's one extra construction zone. We can now do this, so we'll grab that. This one requires 200. This one unlocks flight, so we'll definitely have that. And then I think, honestly, we could start on the blue research for this section. That one definitely, that one definitely. This one requires red as well. That requires red. I don't really want to get into the red research. I want to get into, but I don't really want to get into it right this second. There is the red research. This one requires red. That's still blue, so that's what? Sulfuric acid and plastic. Okay, that one. Those quite nice to have a stockpile of. Solar panels, definitely. We'll definitely get solar panels, which means so we need to go and get some stuff ready for that. Solar panels are quite cool. Logistics tier 3 requires red. Titanium smelting requires red too. Alright, so if we grab our 37 of these, 38, so now we only need 22. But we'll come back to that. Right, this one here, what does that require? That requires steel, which is iron, and then obviously those, which we've got plenty of. So let's go and make some steel. So again, chuck a smelter down, and I think steel is in this list, and then literally one of those there, one from the steel to, oh for Christ's sake, that went round the other way. We're going from there to there, there to there. That's too close, really? Okay, alright, well we'll move it then. Apparently it was too close. So let's move that one. There we go. Right, that should now start producing steel. Oh, no, that won't produce steel. Do you know why? Because I'm a dick. That's not the recipe for steel, is it? It's iron sheets. So I need that first. Then I need another smelter, which is not going to be put there because that's too close. You know, pay attention to the bloody prompts. Right there. Then this one is going from here to here. This one is going to produce steel. And then this one is going to go in here and fill that up. Right, so now we'll have steel production. There we go, steel. What else do we need for this one? So those ones we've got, we just need 120 steel, so that's fine. What do we need for this one? Right, we've got that, and we've got that. Actually, do we have that? I don't know. Yep, we do have the wood, so that's fine. This one, 150 of those and 60 of those, we've got that anyway, and then back onto the blue cubes. Okay, so Let us see. Yep, we've got perfect. That's a perfect amount of those. We've only got 4 steel right now. Why? Because we've run out of ore coming down here. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. The ore coming down this line gets taken off the line quite quickly. So what you need to do is reinforce the line, or what I do anyway is reinforce the line. So I will find as many nodes as I possibly can. There we go. And then reinforce that line. And now we've got no items. I need to make some of these. I really need to get this into production. This is going to really annoy me, actually. Mechanical frames. Alright, so now we move faster. Not very fast, but still it's a little bit faster. Alright, so let's grab these. Go down to there, and then basically if you just whack a line into it, it will just work. So that's what we do. It just intersects into it, creates a T-junction, and we're all happy. There we go. Okay, so now that requires power, obviously, because everything does. There we go. Once that power comes out there, you should see that that will reinforce the line. Now, if we were smart, which we haven't been, we might want to get a couple more of these and actually reinforce that line down further, so that we can see how far this is actually reaching now, because we've got quite a bit. Now obviously when this speeds up, round about here is when we have kind of an issue. So what I'll do is I'll put a buffer zone just there. We're not going to need it right now, but as we go further we will. So each buffer zone basically becomes, I mean, we'll use faster belts, but upgrading the trunk line is obviously a good idea. But until you can upgrade a trunk line, just put a couple of these buffers in, because what you do is you pull 1 from and then 2 out, and then what happens is 1 goes in there, the rest of them, if they're too fast, just carry on down. And then when this starts to back up, because this will inevitably fill up their inventories, and they will back up. As you can see, it's starting to back up here. This one is full, this one is full, this one is almost full. Yeah, this one's continuing to go, so that's cool, but that's also backing up on this line. So you can see that it's starting to back up. Now when it backs up, it will just fill this up, and then whenever this requests stuff, it will output 2 at once. So yeah, it will eventually sort itself out. I mean, it takes a few minutes, but eventually it sorts itself out. Right, this steel we're going to have a problem with. That takes a little while, purely and simply because we don't have enough. Okay, so here's a trick, right? You can take stuff from the line, okay? So you can click on one of the conveyor belts, and you see this little icon. You can actually, so if I open my inventory, you see that I've got no iron in my inventory. If I click once, I can take some. If I left click and hold, I can take it as many things that go past my cursor. It just continues to go. Now the same goes for when you're putting stuff back on. You can drop it in, or you can press and hold and drop it in, and then it will fill up the conveyor line. So I'm going to take a few more of this. I want 100 really, because we are going to go down there and we're going to feed this manually until the buffers sort themselves out. You see that there's no buffer in there, so if we put 20 in there, that will buffer that up. Put 20 in there, that will buffer. 20 in there, and that will buffer. And you can see that this is now starting to back up, and you can see that there the buffer is starting to fill. So if I fill that up now, it will come down here, it will feed this up, and then literally it will output 2 at a time every time something needs it. So the buffers now are all the way back down to 2, and there's no buffer basically in these, but you can see now that this is coping a lot more because we've now filled that buffer zone. So just as long as we don't take from any of these, we should be good. Right, so that will take. Now we need 120 of these. Now we've got a stack of 200. If you right click, you can actually drag the cursor up to how many you want, and then let go, and then it puts it on your cursor. So yeah, and then you can place it wherever you want it to be. So we're up to what, 45 of those. So we need a few more of these. Again, it's just going to be a waiting game. So the next one we need is 60, 60, and 60. So we've got the other ones. Have we got 60 coal? We've got 60 coal, but we don't. Well, we do have 60 of that as well, so that's all right. This one is 60 of those. We got 200, so we should be fine in there. The research should continue. And then obviously the blue things are, there you go, blue cubes are stacking up. So as soon as it hits the blue research, it should be good. I don't know if we can get another stack on top of there at the moment, but we're not going to try because are we? Are we going to try? Because that production is actually keeping up. So 2 more of these, we need... there we go. Right, that's what we need to do. We need to get that production going. So we need 2 of those. We also need more conveyors. So let's get conveyor production going right now. We need conveyors and sorters. So conveyors are going to be this and this. So copper and iron plus iron. So we need 2 iron, or 3 smelters in total. So let's get some smelters going. We can only make 2. Oh, stone. Yeah, stone is a problem. Alright, let's go do the stone, because then we can pull it back. I mean, I know that we're going to need the... As you can see, I mean, even 1 meter a second faster is still faster. So that's good. Right, over here, let's get our mining going, or production. So let's see how many nodes we can get. There we go. That's just a few. Right, so we'll pull that out like so. Where are we going to send this? We're going to send this down the line there, and the iron is behind it, so we want to be on this line kind of here. So if we do that, and then we grab our other one, because we're going to want a second one of this. Let's see what we can get. Actually, that one's going to probably be the best. 206. How many? Yeah, that's cool. Alright, so if we grab our thing out of here as well, and then run it to there. Perfect. Okay, so we should have enough area now to generate some... Oh yeah, that's just a glitch. If you do this, that will sort the T-junction out. It just needs to be one passed, and then it sort of renders it properly. But yeah, even so, it's still good. Right, so here is where we want to do a little bit of production. So if we get rid of the tree and the logs, or on these bits, and then what do we need? We need this, so we'll do that there, that there. So we've got 2 of these, and our output will be along here, so we'll go down there anyway. So that's cool. We are going to want some stone at some point, so what I would do in this instance is actually make these 2 high, and then put, again, 1 in, 2 out, and then 1 in, 2 out. I know that looks stupid, but trust me, it won't. It's not that stupid. It is a little stupid, but it's not that stupid. And then we need power all the way around, and we'll link that up to there. Perfect. Right, now we've got power. Alright, we haven't got enough power because there we go. Right, so here we've got these 2 items. One we're going to make stone in, one we're going to make glass. Are we going to do it right here though? Probably not. We're probably going to do it one either side actually. That would probably be easier. So we've got that one coming out there, and then we'll have this one going along that side. That's in the wrong place. That's in a better place. Right, okay, so this will then continue down here so that it will be our main trunk, and then this will go, lack of item, fair enough, right there, and then this one will go that way, to produce this. So because we're going to need a lot of that stuff, which means we need to transfer it into this to get into, yeah, it's going to be a pain, but you get the idea. So this one is going to export to there, this one is going to import, this one is going to import, and that one is going to export to there. So that should be all good. We should start producing stuff. There we go. And again, our little trick of you put that there, and we're going to put this one here, because we're going to import and export. So we import one, export two, and on this one we just import one. We'll export the two in a second, but there's no point right now because I run out of conveyor belts. We need some stone and we need some glass, and then so what we're going to do is we're going to grab a couple of stacks of stuff. As you see, I mean, a couple of stacks of stone really doesn't take long to get. And then what we'll do is we'll run those two lines down here as well, so that we've got it all in one place, and then when we need it, we'll use it. Recipe coffee we've already done. This we should be able to grab, and there we go, we've got all of our research complete for this. So now it's just a waiting game for that. We've got plenty of those, so that's cool. Alright, let's move over to here, and we need to make sure, we need to make these and these. So we're going to start with this, so it's 2 iron and 1 cog. So let's get some smelters, which I can't do for some reason. What are we running low of? Probably copper or iron, I would have thought. So if we go over to the iron and copper store, do we have a copper store right now? I don't think we do. I think we might have to steal it. Oh no, we've got plenty of copper actually, so we can put that back in, and we can't put it back in. Once we've taken it out, we can't put it back in, but we can put it in there instead. Alright, that's cool. Right, so you are still good. Alright, so we've got that now. Ooh, 1 line in the inventory, so now we got another line. Sweet. A little bit more space is always good. Alright, so let's have a look at this, and then what do we need? We need a couple of these. So there we go, now we can make a few. So we'll do 6 of those. Right, our first one, so what we'll do is we'll get rid of this, just in case there's titanium in it, which if you mouse over it should tell you. I know, is there any in there? No, so we don't really care about that. Alright, so we go 1, 2, 3. This one is going to be iron, this one is going to be iron, and the second one was going to be copper, right? Was it good, or was it just 2 iron? No, it was just 2 iron, so that's fine. So iron plus gears, so that one will be used in a minute. That one plus gears, so this one's gears. So if we switch that around and go like that, we need these to make these. Oh, pain in the ass. Right, this will make gears. This one outputs to that one outputs to that one. So cool, we've got 24 of those. So we will drag our line down here, and we'll input into here once we've got that, and then here once we've got this line. There we go. Alright, so they should cook up quite nicely. And we'll tuck that in there so it's out of the way. Right, so you should be good, you should be good. Now we should be combining you. Yep, combining you to make our stuff. So we're going to put you down there. We're going to hook you up like so. We are going to run you to here. And we're going to put you on there. Oh, hang on. Ooh, more power. Sweet. So we're going to hook you to here, and we're going to hook you to there, and then we're going to switch you to build that. Alright, that obviously we're going to use a store, or are we? Should we just go straight to the tier 2? Because it's these things, the electric motors. Now the electric motors were here, but we can steal the electric motors, because we're not going to use that many of them. We can steal those and put them direct. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. So what we'll do is we'll stick another one of you down there. That might be too... Is that too close, or are you good? You good? You're good. Alright. You are going to make... No, they're not going to make you, are they? Because this is a tier 1 thing. And I don't have a tier 2 yet. So these ones are tier 2. How much what are the tier 2s on this one? Yeah, these ones are the motors. Alright, so we'll make you, but we will run you across there. So let's store you for the moment, because there's nothing else to do. So we'll store you. You'll at least be making us the level 1, which is fine. That looks like it could be closer. Like so. You know what, let's use a T2 for this one because it doesn't look like it's going fast enough. So tier 2, that should be going down. It is. It's good enough. Alright, so now we've got conveyor belts, which is good. Now all we need to do is replicate making these iron and chips. So we need 3 smelters. 3 smelters, which we've got a couple of. So there and there. We need this one to be iron, this one to be iron, and this one to be copper. And we need to extend the trunk. Put that in there. We need that going into there, that going into there, and that going into there. So that should feed all those. We need power somewhere around there. Right, what's next? Nope, come out of there. What's next? We need, so for on here we need that. So those two get combined and then the last one doesn't. So we need one of these, so spanning both. We grab this, we go to there. Ooh, mecha flight, sweet. Alright, we'll play around with that in a second. What else have we got? We've got this, so that is there. So that should now be making... Oh no, not making those. What the hell is supposed to be making the other things? What do we got? Able to view the veins distribution on the planet. Nice. Alright, so wrong one. We're making those. We need another one of those down here. Like so. And then we need you. Straight across and in. We can go one closer. And then we'll put you in here. You're already linked in there, you just need power. So we'll put you here. You need to make them. No, not them, dumbass. The ones next to it. There we go, them. You making them? No, because I haven't put a output on here. Or an input. Cool. Spin that round. Oh no, there's an input on there, so that's fine. So now that should... There we go. That's better. Might be having problems with that. Might have to upgrade the feed in this one. I think we're going to upgrade this one and this one to a tier 2. We are going to go to a tier 2 anyway at some point, so these are a little bit far, so we're going to upgrade those to T2. That should give us a buffer then. There we go, that should be continuous production, and so should that. Perfect. This will obviously hit a certain stage and then start buffering up. That is definitely a good thing, because this takes a little while. So we are gonna... Right, so now we've got a choice. We can either run this feed across to here and just make these straight away, or we can store them. And I think, honestly, we're gonna make them, because then we can store the T2 variants in here. I'm gonna take that to there, and we'll do the T2. So we need the... Those are the nose, right? So these come from here, which is fine. And then over here, they will come out of there and just run straight in. So if we do you into there, and then once my little fly things have decided that they're gonna... There you go. Haha. Like a fly. They're going to sort that out. They'll be cool. So those ones out. There we go. Those go into there. That will be built, and then that will feed this, and then we should get the T2 sorters. Now we could put an intermediary stage where they go into here, so we're actually making Mark 1s and Mark 2s. But honestly, I will upgrade everything to Mark 2 anyway, so I don't see the problem, and that requires a power pole. So we'll put a power pole there. There we go. Right, these are coming out, so now we should get our T2. Now this belt here, we can go from here to here with a Mark 2, and it won't be any issue. So yeah, that might be a... Or we can put one of these here and just make whatever else it is. But I think that requires that silicate stuff, so we'll wait for the moment. But there we go, T2 sorters. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got an abundance now of T2 sorters. We've got, there we go, tons of, right, we've got an unlimited supply now. So basically we just make them ourselves. Sweet! Alright, that is cool. So we have obviously expanded all of this. So now what we can do is grab the last of these and grab a couple more of these. Let's double space and then fly. So cool. And then Alt is down. So over here, this is producing, so these sides are producing the two, which is the stone and obviously the glass. Now there is obviously, I keep saying obviously, there is another item that we need to produce, and that is these things. Because these things are used later on in the game, but I'm not going to bother doing it right now, because there's an easier way of doing those. So we're gonna leave that be for the moment. However, what we are going to do is going to run these lines. So this line is going to go to there and then across. We'll get rid of that one. And that's going to go across and then just straight down and straight into our factory. I had it right in the first place. So we're just going to run that down to there for the moment. And then this one, we're going to run out to here and down. There we go. Right, so those basically are going to... I said basically again, for God's sake. Now I've noticed. I can't not unnotice. Anyway, this will output to here. Oh, universe exploration. Able to view the vein resources in the whole planet. Cherry system. Sweet. That's always a good thing to have. I'll show you those in a second. Right. That's one thing actually by accident I just did. So if you click your starting point for the sorter, you can see that the filter is selected. If you press tab, you can actually select what filter is used. We don't need a filter on this, but yeah, you get the idea. So there we go. Right, T2 sorters are on this side. We're going to need another power pole out there. That one's fine. This is now all working, which is good. My mecha's going to run over there so that we can get this stuff sorted. Come on, build all this crap. Come on. Right, that research is going on quite well, so that's cool. I wonder if we need to go back and speed that up. Alright, let's go back here. So the closer to you are, obviously the quicker this is, because they're right next to you. As you go through the game, these get quicker and you get more of them as well, so you can unlock them in the tech tree. This power pole is in the way. Get out the way. I know that was powering that entire section, so we'll just move it over this side, just because I want this to then run the length of here. So we'll go down there and we'll also go down there. I just want it close enough that I can use it if I need it, but obviously not right on top of each other. So what have we got next? We need to have a look at our research. So this thing is zipping along quite happily. That will unlock solar power, which is good. This requires red. This doesn't, so we're going to grab that. That one we definitely want next, or at some point next. That one is really good. That one, we're going to need to unlock some other tech, so we will grab that. We will grab the red cubes just so that we've got them, and then everything else generally needs other bits and pieces. We're definitely going to do the construction speed and the communication, so that's the one extra drone. And then down here we've got vertical construction for the red ones. This one requires red and blue, so we're going to get this one because I want to be remembered or reminded to do it. Solar collection. Okay, so we can now make solar panels, which are coming insanely helpful. So we've got a little bit more tech. Obviously we've unlocked a lot more tech, so we've got a bit more tech. So this here is a wireless power tower. Basically you drop it down and you stand under it and it will charge you. So that's quite good. I don't need it right now, but yeah, it is quite good. Then obviously we've got the solar power. We've got this thing is a storage tank for gases and liquids or fluids, hydrogen and all that kind of stuff. That's quite good. Deuterium and yeah, sulfuric acid and oil and yeah, whatever. And water, a water pump. So this one is the oil extractor, which allows us to extract oil from the oil nodes, and then the oil refinery is quite good. Now these two come into play real heavily when you're making red cubes, so we will definitely be doing something like that. However, what we will do is move the production of the blue cubes. Let's grab another couple of sorters and some more of those while we're here. Right, so our utilization for this is good, so that is really good. So we've still got an abundance, yeah, we've still got an abundance of cubes. So we've actually got more than we can. So let's build another 2 of those. I want to try and go higher, because obviously the more you have, the faster the research happens. So it's always good to try and get another couple on top there. There we go. So let's stick that one on top of. We're exceeded the max height. Okay. Isn't the max height one of the ones that I did almost click on? Alright, well what we'll do instead then is just here we will build a second one, and we'll do that for not blue production, sorry, research production. And then we will link up the cubes and we'll use the faster sorters. Now we might need to upgrade the exporters here because I don't think they will be able to keep up. So we'll upgrade those anyway to the faster ones. So they will come. So we'll let go. There we go. Like so. That will be a bit quicker. There we go. So now the cubes get pushed down there. Cool. Sweet. Alright, and what we can do is to speed up this, we can actually take some blue cubes, and because it's in our inventory, it will automatically take it from here first, and then sort the hashes that way. And these still help as well. So, alright, that's cool. We've got those. Let's get one more. We can't get one more. We need some of those. I don't really want to take them from that. It might be a good idea to actually have. No, I don't really want to take them from that either. No, well, there's some here anyway, so let's get another one of these built. Cool. I don't want to build too many right at the moment because this is going to move. Because obviously we're going to need more blue cubes than this. I mean, there's some of the things in the research tree that take like thousands of these. So yeah, I don't really want to do. I want to try and get that sorted. Alright, so that should boost our thing, and then we'll get our red cube sorted. So next time, I think, what have we got left still to build? We're doing T1 there, or Mark 1 there. We need the Mark 2 research, which I haven't queued up because it needs red cubes. So we're going to need to do red cubes. What else don't we have in production? We don't have these, and we don't have these in production. Not really that bothered about those because we do use them, but I'm loath to put them in there. Tanks maybe, solar panels definitely, but we need alright, solar panels we could probably do now actually. Solar panels are always a good one, but we don't need them right this second. Right, activate flight mode. So let's do that and then scroll. There we go. And you can have a look at that when, if you pause it, that's not a problem. Right, so power generation. How are we doing for, yeah, look, as soon as I said power generation, how are we doing for that? Consumption and demand is way over exceeding what we've actually got. So let's go over here and upgrade. Yeah, so it's these sorters here that are causing the problems. They're not quick enough at moving the items. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this whole section. So here to here, here to here, here to here, here, oh, hang on, here, and then there to there. That should upgrade that entire section. That should make that a lot quicker. There we go. Then obviously we're going to have to upgrade the inputs, because if we don't, they're not going to keep up. So input, there we go. Right, you should be fine now anyway. There we go. Right, so this is a lot happier. What we've got, I'm pretty sure we've got some, yeah, we have got some more of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop these down. Alright, we've got environment modification as well. So we're going to drop these down here, like so. And then we're going to hook these up to the new ones too, like so. And that should keep up. We've got one sorter on there. What we could do is just go like so, and then put another sorter for an export just on there. And then that way, just in case, that will have enough to pull out twice as many as we need. And it shouldn't matter. There we go. So we're consuming up to about 17 or 18, and we're generating 19. So we're going to need some more power at some point, but that's... Actually, let's make 4 more. Ooh, semiconductor, cool. Alright, so red cubes are next. Let's have a look at that. We'll put 1 more power there, and we should be able to put 1 more on here. There we go. And then these should, because we're using these faster sorters, they should keep up. So you see that no fuel, now they've got fuel, well now that one's got fuel, and that should produce a buffer of about 10 if we're lucky. Yeah, there we go. So that's climbing as well. Conversion rate of 80%, which is good. Power load, right, there we go. So we're producing 25.5, which is not too bad. We're all right with that. All right, so we're definitely end of this episode. Next episode, I think red cubes. So I know that we've got a couple of bits like this. We need to do we've got the glass going. We need to make this stuff, because that goes into this and solar panels. We don't need both of those right this second though, so we'll hold off on that. We've got the red cubes, which are literally 2 away. Nice. So that requires hydrogen and energetic graphite. So what we're going to have to do is going to have to produce a mass of hydrogen and a whole load of energetic graphite, and we're going to have to deal with that in a nice way. We need logistics version 2, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue that up. So we go to technologies and upgrades up the top, and we want this. Titanium smelting would be nice, but we don't need it right now. That would also be good, but we don't need that right now either. That's conveyor belts. Drone engines fly faster. Right, this one is what we want. So we're going to need to produce these. Yeah. So we need to produce... We haven't even got it unlocked yet. Yeah, we haven't even got them unlocked. So we're going to have to go back down to the bottom, and we're going to have to unlock this. So we can unlock that one, but we need to unlock this one straight away. Super magnets we don't need right now. We will need them, but we don't need them. Do we want hydrogen? X-ray cracking, we want that one pretty much like as soon as. We'll do that. That one will unlock a lot more stuff. That one will unlock a lot more stuff. What's this one? Yeah, fractioning or fractionator, that will be good. And logistics mark 3, 2. I'm gonna have to do this in the other way, am I? I need that one. I need that one. That one can be queued after that. And then we need upgrades. So we need that upgrade. We're gonna need that upgrade. We need that upgrade. Where's the... We definitely need that one. Too many upgrades. Right, okay. So, like I said, we're going to leave that one there. We've got our blue production going on quite well at the moment. That's starting to get used up, but we will ramp up that production significantly in the future. We're going to start red production next time, and maybe a couple of other items to go on our trunk line. But as you can see, just leaving that for like 10 minutes or so, and you got quite a bit. So, good stuff. Anyway, I've been Syntosis. You have been awesome. Latest.